Hi, thanks so much for joining me today. We're going through a reformer workout using the stability cushion. Now, if you do not have the stability cushion, it is optional because everything that we're doing today can be done without the cushion. The cushion is just going to create an unstable surface, and as you know, the less stability we have, the more our core has to work. So if you don't have the stability cushion, please do the whole class without the cushion. Now, everybody will need a Pilates box though, so make sure you have a Pilates box off to the side and possibly your stability cushion off to the side. My foot bar is in the up position. I'm going to start with some jumping abs, one of my favorite ways to start class, on one medium blue spring. So I've got one medium blue spring on. Over here, I'm working with my double loops for my element strap. So I always like to have the double loops on when I'm putting the straps on the thighs. So I've got an option to put that loop on my thighs. And that's it. So let's go ahead and lay down and get started. So I want you to go ahead and lay onto your back. You can definitely keep your head down if you would like, but I am going to lift my head. So I'm going to nod my chin, look to my knees, lift my head, neck, and shoulders, and take those hands to behind my head to support my neck. Drop your tailbone, both feet on the foot bar, feet together. And let's start those little hops away. So you're going to exhale as you float away. Inhale as you land. So again, if your neck gets tired, what I would recommend is putting the headrest up and just resting the head down. I'm exhaling to float and inhaling to land. Now, if you're feeling anything in your low back, then I would recommend not straightening your legs all the way. So when you jump, you can keep a little bend in those knees. You want to always find a position that feels comfortable where you can do the work without feeling any pulling in the back. Now, after one more, we're going to take those legs and lift them up when you jump. So just a little kick up to jump. I'm exhaling to float, inhaling to land. Big, deep inhales through the nose and big, strong exhales through those pierced lips. After one more kick up, let's lower the heels down when you jump. So we're lowering those legs down when you jump, landing back up on that foot bar. Good. Last 3. 2 more. And then the next time you jump, bring the right leg up and left leg down. So you're doing a scissor and then land. Switch the scissor and land. So we're landing one leg up and down and then landing together. One leg up and down and then landing together. Alternating those scissors. 4 and 3 and 2. One more time, and then we're going to jump with those legs in a turnout position. So little V, heels together, toes apart. Exhale to float, inhale to land. Exhale, float, inhale, land. We're going to repeat that same pattern in a turnout, just changes the work a little. 3 more to go. Last 2. Keep that turnout going and lift your legs when you jump. So you're going to jump, little lift, and back to land. Little lift, and back to land. Hopefully you're feeling your abs. We're going to do a little abs, little footwork. But that's all we're doing laying down. Then we'll get up and work that stability cushion with our balance. Go 2 more, please. And then instead of lifting the legs on that next one, we're going to just lower them. So I want you to jump, lower, and then land. Jump, lower, then land. Good. 3 more. Last thing we'll do here is our scissors, and then I think we're going to be good to go. Last 2. Now next time you jump, right goes high, left goes low, and then come in and switch. 1 high, 1 low, and switch. 1 high, 1 low, and switch. Good. Finish these last 4. Last 3. Last 2, and 1 and done. Come all the way in and give yourself a hug. All right, we are going to come up and change our weight, so go ahead and come up to the side. Go to 2 heavy reds and 1 very heavy green. And again, if you don't have that very heavy green, you're doing 3 heavy reds. So I'm on 2 heavy reds, 1 very heavy green, or just 3 heavy reds. Lay back down. I'm going to bring my feet heels together, toes apart. My toes are on the bar and my knees are the width of my shoulder blocks. Push all the way out, squeeze those legs together, and then peel them apart to come in. So I'm going to that full extension and then back in. Inhale to press, exhale to resist. We're doing a traditional footwork today. I just taught this whole class this morning, and it went well, so I decided we'll teach it for you guys as well. Let's go 3 and 2. Good, here's your last one, and then come in. Take your heels on completely together, flex your feet, push out, resist in. Got my legs wrapped and glued together in our traditional footwork way. So we're pushing all the way out and resisting in. I love to warm up with the abdominals because now you can feel those abs a little bit here as you do your footwork. Big inhales to go out, strong exhales to resist back in. After 1 more, let's come in and slide to the middle of the foot. So you're going to wrap your toes, drop your heels, kind of wrapping those feet around the bar as you push out and resist in. Good. Three and 2 and 1. Last position, you're on your toes, heels lifted high. Now push out 1 time and hold it. Lower your heels, lift your heels, bend your knees and come home. Do that again. You're going out. This time do 2 lower and lifts. So we're just going to ladder up those lower and lifts and then come all the way in. Next time we're going for 3, 2, and 1. Come all the way in. Going for 4, our most will be 6. So we've got 4, all the way down and up, 2. Great work. Come all the way in. 2 more rounds. This is our 5. Down and up, stretch and press. 2. 1 more. All right, let's come in. Grand finale, going for 6, all the way out. Lower and lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees, come home, and give yourself a hug. Okay, time to come up and grab your props. So let's come up and off the machine. Grab your box and put it on long box in the very center. Now, if you're working the cushion, you're going to grab that as well. Don't have to have the cushion. It's going to be an optional prop. Let's go to a medium blue spring. That's all you're going to have. And I'm just going to come around to this side so you can see. So I'm going to be coming up on the machine. My right foot is going to be on the side, and I'm going to move my cushion a little over to that side. So it might be hanging off the box just a smidge. My hands are going to go on the foot bar, but I'm not in the center. I'm kind of over to the side, and my wrists are lined up with my shoulders. Go ahead and put your left knee on the cushion and bring your right knee to hover. Now you should be in the very center of the cushion. My left foot is lifted, but I can bring it down if I need more support. I want you to take that right hip and lower it, and then lift it back to neutral. So I'm dropping that hip down, pulling it back up. The cushion is just going to make this a lot more of a challenge. So please, if it gets too challenging, I would do it without the cushion. Everybody said it was a challenge this morning, but we all did it. Last 3, or they did it. Now I'm doing it. Last 2, and 1 more. Square off those hips and reach your right leg to the back of the room and pull it back to table. Now, if you would like extra challenge, you can always lift that left foot so nothing is supporting you, but you could also move your carriage a little bit away from the bumper. That's going to give you even more challenge. Good. 2 more. Now hold that right leg long. Maybe lift your left arm. This is where my left leg comes down to support me. So my foot is now down. You don't have to do that if you don't need to. I've got a straight line from my left fingers to my right toes. My abs are drawing in for sure. And I'm going to open my right leg right, left arm left, and close it back. So I'm opening and closing. And opening and closing, nice and slow. You can play around with that left foot lifting maybe, or maybe not. Mine's going to stay down for 3 and 2. Really great job. Now put the left hand down, but keep your right leg long. Now from your shoulders, you're pushing back. See how my shoulders are going past my wrist, and then I come right back in. I'm going to change my knee a little bit on that cushion just so I'm in the center. Good, that's better. So I'm pushing from my shoulders and then coming back in. I want you to feel comfortable on that cushion. So if you need to adjust, I'm going to definitely adjust if I need to. I want you to do the same. So it's always better to be in the center of the cushion. This is your bonus. Everybody was like, is this an ab exercise? Because always feels glutes. So you're probably feeling glutes. This is definitely, especially if you're on that cushion, creating some firing in the glutes. Let's go 2 more, please. So you're pushing from the shoulder joint. We'll go 1 more from the shoulders. When you're in, the shoulders are going to stay still. Keep them in line with your wrist, and now push your knee back. Pull your knee in. So you're going to that more of a plank position, and then pulling more to quadruped. Pressing the knee back, pulling the knee in. 3 and 2. 1 more. Really great job. Set your right foot down on the side. Put your left foot on the other side. And then move your cushion in the center, but it is still close to the front edge of the box by the springs. Hands are in the center now, in line with my shoulders. My knees are both going onto the cushion. And I want you to push out to a modified plank position. So in this modified plank, zip up through those abdominals and go into a round of push-ups. I'm going to bend my elbows, bring my chest to the bar, push and press them straight. My elbows are angled a little back, so they're not off to the side, but it's not a Pilates push-up, or a yoga push-up where my elbows are into my sides. So I'm doing more of a standard push-up with my elbows angled to the back. Good. 3 more to go. 3, 2, and 1 more. Nice work. Let's bring the carriage in and step your left foot over to the left. Now let's move the cushion over to the left, and now your right knee's in the center of the cushion, and your left knee's hovering in space. And just make sure those wrists and shoulders are in alignment. Your neck's in line as well. Take your left hip and just drop it down, and then pick it right back up. Drop your hip down and bring it right back up. So I'm lowering that hip. And please make sure that you're not locking your joints. So it's really easy to start to bring the shoulders to your ears, to tense up. We want to relax the upper body, keep those elbows a little soft, keep those shoulders sliding away from the ears, and right at your armpits, squeezing so you can work the back a little more for stability. Now hold that hip high, hold it in parallel, so hips are square. Take your left leg back and pull it in. So notice this whole time I've had my right foot lifted, but I'm going to need that foot in a second here, but you can always keep it up if you need. You can always set it down if you need more support. Keep your breath moving. 2 more. Now let's take that left leg back, hold it back, And now here's the option of the right arm going forward. And I'm going to definitely put my toes down for support. Zip up your ribs and open your right arm and left leg. Close them back. Open. Doesn't have to be big. Probably not going to be big at all, right? It's just a small open and close. Anytime we're opening to the side, those abs have to work even more to support us. Let's go for 3. And here's 2. Keep that leg up high. Try to keep it parallel to the floor. Ooh, 1 more. Now keep your leg up, but bring your hand down. This is where we're going to move from the shoulders. I'm going to push my shoulders back. They go way back behind my wrists. And I bring my shoulders forward. And I'm just going to ignore the fact that my glute feels like it's going to fall off. I'm going to keep breathing and push from my shoulders. 3 more. 2 more. We've got 1 more from the shoulders. And then when you're in, you're going to hold your shoulders still and move that knee back and forward. I can't go as far on this side, so I'm going to challenge myself to my edge but not past it, right? We're going to move to the point of work but not to overdoing it. So this is what's working for me. Good. Soften those shoulders, down your back, soften your elbows, kick into those lats, right at the armpit, working the back. Last 2. This will be your last 1. Really good. All right, left foot goes to the carriage, right foot goes to the other side, and we're going to straddle. Now move your cushion more towards the back, and I want you to sit on the cushion and straddle the box. We're going to go into some arm work. I'm going to be on a blue spring. I know some of you might want a little heavier, so you can see what works for you. Blue is what works for me. We're a little higher, so you might take a little reach to get that strap, and then a little reach. That's a workout in its own to get the other strap. So you're going to hold those little loops in front of you. Your palms are down. We're going to go into our offering, or excuse me, not our offering, our rowing 3 and 4. So pull those abdominals in, lengthen your spine. You can even squeeze into the box with those legs. Reach your arms forward a little higher than shoulder height. Now bring them down in line with your shoulders. Come up to the ceiling, really tall from fingers to sit bones. Circle all the way down to where you started. Bend your arms, palms down, and we go again. So you press the arms forward. You go down with the arms. You're going to come up and around. Big circle all the way back down, and bend the arms to go again. Now, I'm really squeezing my legs into the box. That's going to help me connect deeper into the inside line of my legs, my inner thighs a little bit more. And it's almost like I'm trying to lift up and off that cushion. I'm not going to levitate, but I want to think that I'm pushing so much into my legs, I could lift off the cushion if I needed to. We're doing just a few more of those. Big circles. Let's go 1 more of our rowing 3, pressing, and then lowering, and then circling. And then for rowing 4, we're going to add some spinal flexion. So bend your arms. When you push the arms forward, round your back, but pretend someone's giving you a big bear hug behind you, so you scoop those abdominals in and open your back. Now stack up against that imaginary wall behind you, then circle the arms back down to go again. So palms down, you slide the arms forward as the spine curls, you stack your spine up, and then you bring the arms to the sides. So I'm diving over this big beach ball, I'm stacking up against an imaginary wall behind me, and I'm circling my arms down. We'll do just a few more of those. 1 more. Good. And then release. All right, you can put your straps away, and we're going to step off to our right side. The cushion is going to go in the front, And we're going to lay on our belly, and the cushion's just going to give me a little extension and lift. But if it doesn't feel good, again, you don't have to use it. Pick up your little loops again, and make sure you're standing on the outside of the little loops. So to get into this movement, my right foot is forward. My hands come to the far corners of the box. I'm still on that medium blue for me. And then I'm going to lay it over the straps onto my cushion. And just come into a position where that cushion is supporting you. It's giving you an extension, but it feels like it's in a comfortable place. Take your arms back behind you. I'm pushing my pubic bone down, and I can get even higher with this cushion here. So I'm in a big extension to start. Go into a bicep curl. Punch your arms to the foot bar, and then circle them to the sides of the room. And as you do that, see if you can lift a little higher. So you're going bicep curl, punching to the foot bar, circling, and lifting up, up, up. Bicep curl, punch to the foot bar, circle, lift, lift, lift. Good work. Bicep curl, punch, and circle. Let's do that 2 more times. If you don't have room behind you, you can always bend your legs. Now that I'm up here, I've got lots of room. Downstairs, I had no room. I'd always bend my knees. So we can adjust as you need to. Now, take your palms and face the ceiling with your palms. You're again in that little extension. Your pubic bone's pushing down, and you're going to go into a front raise. So the arms are just going to press down to the floor, maybe to the foot bar. Since we're in this position with the arms, we can actually bring those arms all the way up into the foot bar with a front raise. But feel free to stop when the knuckles reach the floor. So it's a little harder to bring those arms all the way up to the foot bar. A little bit easier to do a smaller range of motion to the floor. But again, that cushion is giving us a big extension. Legs are active. 2 more, please. And 1 more. When the arms are back by your hips, turn your palms in. Now we're going to only go to the shoulder height and pull to a T. So lateral raise to the side and bring the arms back. So lateral raise to the side, resist the arms back. Good. Keep reaching energy through your legs, please, and through the crown of the head. Now we're going to do 1 more. And then we're going to go into circles. So think mid-back series, but we're just turned upward side down. So the arms go to a T, down to the frame, and back to the tower. To a T, down to the frame, and back to the tower. Out to a T, down to the frame, and back to the tower. And then we're going to reverse it. So now go to the shoulders, down, out to a T, and back to the hips. So straight down to the floor, out to the T, and back to the hips. To the floor, to the T, to the hips. We've got 1 more. To the floor, to the T, to the hips. Now I'm going to let go of 1 strap. That way I don't go crashing. Then I can use that hand to hold on. Then I can let go of the other strap and safely come in. My hands are about the width of my shoulders. My legs are long. I'm going to go ahead and bend them because I'm going to do a little jumping, and I don't want to run into my tower. So lift your sternum slightly. You're going to exhale, float away, and land. Float away, and land. If you're feeling comfortable with the float, make it bigger. So big float. You've got a lot of room behind you. And if you want it even bigger, you can add an extension and reach the arms back, bring them forward to land. Good. Nice. 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Hands down. Bring the carriage home and step off to the side. Now that was a lot of extension, so I want you to come back here into the well, face your box, put your elbows on the box, and go into a big flexion. It feels so good for your back. So you're just going to flex your spine, and you can do a little round the spine too. I like to flex and round. Anytime I do any extension, I'm always following that with flexion. Not only is it the best thing for you to do, it also feels the best. So sometimes your body just knows what is good for it, and flexion is always good after extension and rotation. Good. And we are already here in the well because we've got some fun things to do in the well. And I'm going to use my cushion, but if you don't want to, again, you don't have to. It's just going to make it more of a challenge. If my cushion is closer to the carriage, it's going to be easier, so all of you will have to adjust based on your height. But I'm going to be standing in the center of the cushion with both of my feet. My elbows are going to be on the box just like they were before, but instead of doing that round cat to pull in the carriage, I'm going to focus right here on my lats. Knees are slightly bent, and I'm going to pull in with my lats and then resist back with my lats. So notice my spine is not changing position. It is my back doing the work. And I'm glad I waited to film this until after I taught it because I had Dimitri was in class this morning, so if you ever do his yoga classes, he usually does reformer with me 3 days a week. And he did a single arm version, so I didn't think of that. So we're going to add that in today for him. But what I added was a single leg version. So we are going to do the single leg first, and then you'll have the option, if you want to intensify it, to do the single arm as well. So let's go one more. And of course, you can do the whole thing without the cushion. So bring your carriage home. I'm going to step my left foot in the very center. Make sure I'm lined up in the center of that cushion. And then my right foot can come to the frame if I want more stability, or I can just go ahead and shoot it way back and square my hips. And I'm going to start pulling in with those lats again. And this is where I looked over and he was doing one arm. I'm like, what are you doing? So it worked. It's very hard, but both arms is great. But if you want that extra challenge, it's going to be the left arm that lifts. So you can bring that left hand to the hip. Now you might even want to bring it down to the peg or even to the wood frame. But we are working on this right side only so hard. Don't do it unless you feel comfortable with it. You can keep both arms down. We'll go for 3 and 2. One more, and then let's come home and switch it. So we'll come home and we'll put the feet on the floor. I always find it's easier to stand on stable ground, then put the right foot in the center. Your left foot can be on the stable surface, more stability here, or you can reach that leg long. Again, connect to those lats and pull with a nice long back. The cushion just makes this so much harder. So if you are not on the cushion and you're wondering what this is all about, you might need more weight. But I've done this in classes before on this weight. So hopefully you're okay on the medium blue. And then if you want that Dimitri challenge, we're going to take the right hand off. And then my leg's going to start going crazy. And I'm doing a single arm option. Definitely not for everybody. So you're going to stay where you feel comfortable and confident. Work to your edge, not past it. I'm going to put both arms down. I can do a few with single. I'm going to finish up 3 and 2 and 1 more. Good work. The carriage comes home, and then I'm going to step off the cushion first, and then I can bring my hands on the box and step out of there. Okay, now the cushion, again, it's always optional. I'm going to bring it on top, and then I want you to put your straps back onto your pegs, because we probably threw those off before, right? So we want to make sure those are handy. I'm going to put my box closer to the springs, but you do want to have enough room to stand here, because I'm going to give you the option to stand. So you should have your ability for your whole foot to come here on this side. I'm still on a medium blue spring, and you can hold on to the foot bar. I'm just going to get on this way. and put my right foot on the other side of the box. My cushion will go more towards the back so that I can have a seat on the cushion with my feet a little in front of me. Pick up the front strap and put it in your right hand, and then interlace your fingers right in front of your heart. Now we're going to start with a twist of the torso. I'm going to use my legs to squeeze the box, twist to the left, and then to the center, and then punch to the front and back. So that is our pattern we're doing, but you have the option of standing. So if you want to stand, you would stand all the way up when you twist, tap the cushion, stand all the way up when you punch, tap the cushion. So you're twisting and tapping and punching and tapping. Again, you're going to choose what works for you. Hopefully my head's not going out of the frame. It probably is. I forgot I was going to be up high. Sometimes I change the camera angle. I made this really close, so I might be regretting that, but that's okay. You know what's happening, right? I'm standing and twisting and standing and punching. 4 more. Last 2. And after 1 more, you can have a seat if you're standing. Okay, carefully, because when you're on the cushion, it's a little harder to move. I'm going to hold the foot bar, bring that left foot around, and then turn. And the cushion's going to be in the center now, and I'm going to sit facing my tower. Again, I'm going to give you the option to stand here. So I want you to have your little loops in your hands. Your feet are about sit bones distance apart. And we're going to first start with a T-pull and hold. Now when you're holding out, lengthen your spine, start to hinge forward, but don't let your arms move. Hinge your spine back to sit tall, and then bring the arms forward. So you open the arms and hold, you hinge forward, you hinge back, and you bring the arms forward. Now during that hinge, you're going to have the opportunity to stand if you feel comfortable, but you have to hold the carriage still with your arms. You're pressing back into the arms. So think about more weight going in the feet, because all that weight's going to go in the feet. So let's try it. Open the arms. When you hinge forward, you can stand. You sit back down, and the arms come forward. So I open, I hinge and stand, I sit down, and the arms come forward. And this, everybody did this in class. So it was not that you have to do it, but if you're pulling with your arms and you're holding yourself up and you feel stable, go for it. 3. Keep those wrists nice and long though. 2. And this will be your last 1. Nice job. All right. Second round, same thing, but different. Similar. Okay, so palms face your box. I want you to lengthen your spine. I want you to circle your arms around the box, go behind you. That's going to be your hinge and possible stand. Come upright and circle forward again. So you're circling back, hinging forward, thinking about maybe you could stand here. You come back and then bring the arms forward. Again, standing's not for everyone. Doesn't matter if you don't stand. It's enough work, right? There's no reason to stand if you're getting enough work here. Now, the next time I'm going to try to stand. So when I hinge forward, I stand, but I got to push through my arms, right? If I lose the tension in the ropes, that's when disaster strikes. So I cannot lose the tension in my ropes. I have to keep pushing back with enough tension that my arms don't move, but not so much tension that I go flying. It's always about that balancing act. Just enough, finding that Goldilocks position, enough tension, but not too much. Now, the next time I'm up, I'm going to hold it. Now, you can be hinging and sitting. You could be standing. We're going triceps. Again, you don't have to be standing here. I'm showing it standing. You can be seated and hinged forward. Because this is a little harder, we are moving the carriage. Your spine is long, even though you're forward, you're not rounding. 3, 2, 1 more. Set your hips down, come up and circle the arms. Now I'm probably going to label this an intermediate class because I always teach all mixed classes and I just give the option to do advanced, but I think you should be able to do this at all levels. Just don't stand if you don't feel comfortable. All right, ready for the other side? I gave myself a second to rest. Okay, turn to the right, move that cushion back towards the back edge. Again, you are going to stay seated if you'd like. You're going to squeeze the box with the legs. Lengthen the spine. Here we go. We're twisting to the right 1 time, punching to the front 1 time. So it is a 1 twist and 1 punch. I'm going to add my stand. I'm going to punch or twist, tap my bottom, punch, tap my bottom, twist, and punch. Good. If it gets to be too much, you can always sit down. You don't have to commit to one thing. You can always change your mind. Do as many as you can standing and then come back down. We're going to go 4 more rounds. And 3. And 2. 1 more set. And then if you're standing, have a seat, and then let's all put the strap away. Now at this point, we're done with the box, so you can step off and put your box to the side. Bring your cushion with you if you're using it. We're going to go into, some fire hydrants. So I'm going to be on this side of the machine where my left side's closest to the foot bar. And I'm going to take that little loop, this is where we need the little loop, and put the little loop on my right thigh, just above my knee. I'm still on the medium spring. I've been there a long time. It's my favorite spring. The cushion, if you're choosing to use it, is back a little bit because I want to make sure that you have your knee back far enough. A lot of people put their knee way up here and then they're all rounded up. So you want to have a long spine. Your left knee's on the cushion, your hands are on the shoulder blocks, your right knee's in space like we worked earlier today. But I want you to open the knee this time, keeping the hips square. You're going to point that knee to the right wall, kick it, bend it, and lower it. We're going to lift it, kick it, bend it, and lower it. Good. Soft elbows. Three to go. 2 more. 1 more, then we're going to get rid of that kick and do some circles. So you're going to open the knee, bring it to the back of the room, close in and forward. Open, back, forward, good. So the knee points to the side, it points to the back, it points to the floor. Good. 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. Go ahead and reverse. Bring the leg back, open it, come up and around the side. If your left glute is screaming, you're in good company. My left glute is on fire. And we're not done yet. 3 more, please. 3, 2, 1 more. And now we can come down, but we're still not done. So right foot goes to the floor and face your carriage. Now put the cushion a little more in the center. Your left knee goes to it, right in the center. Right hand on that far shoulder block, left hand on the edge, and reach your right leg to the back of the room. Now we're going to kick the right leg towards the foot bar and then reach it to the wall behind you. Try not to swing. It's so easy just to let momentum do the work. It's a lot harder to have our muscles do the work. So it is a kick and resist. 3, 2. Our grand finale here, we're going to hold that right leg long and maybe lift to your left fingers. Maybe lift the left hand. Maybe shoot it to the wall in front of you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hand down, right foot down, knee down, and take the strap off. Really great work. Okay, we have the second side. I'm just going to walk around, shake my hips out a little, and do our second round. So now I'm moving the cushion over to this side, a little back behind me. Again, I'm 5'10", so I have it pretty far back for my leg length. My left strap's going on my left thigh, hands on the shoulder blocks and right knee at that cushion. Square your hips, hold the squared hip position, and now open the hip to the left, kick it, bend it, and close it. So you're going to open, kick, bend, and close. Really nice work. Open, kick, bend, and close. Two more, and then we're going to get rid of that kick and just do our circles. One more. All right, are you ready? Here we go. We're going to go open to the back wall, to the floor, and around. So the knee points to the side, it points to the back, it points to the floor, and you come around. So we're never letting that leg straighten. We're just keeping it bent the whole time. 3, 2, and then reverse. So let's go back first. Point the knee open, slowly bring it forward. Notice that spring trying to pull you. That's where you're resisting. You're resisting that pull of the springs. 3, a lot of abs here. And 2, and 1. Really nice. All right, put the left foot on the floor, face your carriage. You might need to move that stability cushion more to the center. Left hand to the far shoulder block, right hand on the edge. Let's put that right knee on the cushion and kick your left leg to the wall behind you. Zip up your abdominals, and now we're not swinging without control. We are doing a squeeze, concentrated push to the right, and then a slow resist back in line with our hip. I'm trying to keep that leg up. I hope it's up. It's very hard. 3, 2, and then our grand finale. We're going to hold that leg long, maybe come up to the right fingers, maybe reach that right arm up, or send it to the wall in front of you. 7, 6, reach, reach, reach. 4, 3, 2, you've got it. One more, hand down, foot down, and take the strap off. All right, time to lay down again. We're not done yet. We're just laying down though. So 1 heavy red, 1 medium blue, and then I'm going to bring the cushion with me. So I like to come down first. And I always have my clients hold the cushion because otherwise they try to lay down, and it's can be a challenge trying to lay down on the cushion first and then go down. So anyway, hold the cushion, lift your hips, put that cushion right under your bottom. That's the easiest way to get in. So now we've got the cushion right at our sacrum. You're going to reach back, grab your little loops, bring your arms to the ceiling, and then bring your legs to the ceiling. So legs and arms reaching up tall. Big exhale as you send the arms and legs low towards the foot bar. Hold it here, pull those abdominals in, Flex and point the feet, and bring everything back up nice and slow. So we're reaching those arms and legs long to the mat, flexing and pointing, and bringing the arms right back up to the ceiling. Don't go so low that you feel like you're having to arch your back. So I've got clients who keep their legs pretty high, others keep their legs low, so always listen to your body and do what works for you. Everybody's different. Good. Use your breath as you need. Going down, flex and point, and coming back up. And going down, flex and point, and come back up. Now let's hold the next one down. Hold it down here. Flex and point. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex the feet. Bend your knees, bend the arms. Point the feet, straighten the legs and arms. Flex and bend, point and press. Flex and bend. It uses your brain, right? Also gives you some mobility in the ankles, which is always good for everybody. The brain work's also good for everybody. 3, 2, hold everything long, point your feet. Scissor kicks. I'm just going to kick down to that foot bar for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your legs to heels together. Turn out. Turn your palms to face each other. Open your arms and legs. Flex your feet and close your arms and legs. Point your feet and open. Flex your feet and zip those legs together. Point and open. Flex and squeeze. How long can you make your legs when you pull them together? Flex when you come in. Point when you go out. 4. Good work. 3, 2, 1 more. Hold everything in. Point the feet. Flutter one kick over the other, one leg over the other. 8, 7, 6, long arms. 5, 4, 3, 2, and heels together. Parallel, right leg high, left leg low, palms face down. We're going to take the arms out to a T, up to the ceiling, down to the mat. Out to a T, up to the ceiling, down to the mat. Nice big circles. 3 more in this direction. 2, 1. When your arms are up, let's stop there and switch the legs. Scissor switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, left legs up, right legs down. Now we're going to do the opposite direction. Open to a T, pull down to the hips, up to the ceiling. I've got my left leg high, my right leg low. This is actually one of my favorite props for my prenatal clients when we're doing mid-back. The wedge is great for footwork, but I find when you're working for a mid-back series, and they're usually keeping their legs in table, if you prop the hips up, it's easier on the abdominals than having their upper body propped and putting all that pressure down. So anyway, just wanted to mention that. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. When your arms are up, hold them. Scissor switch. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Both legs in and set the feet down. Now we are going to cross the straps and put them on the feet. So push out. Your left foot is where the right strap goes. Your right foot is where the left strap goes. So you should be forming an X in the straps right in front of you. Now bring your knees back in line with your hips. bring your knees in line with, I just said it, knees in line with the hips. There we go, second time. Now you're going to push out and then flex the feet, come in. Push out and come in. It's a whole different feel when we cross the straps. It's working a little bit more on that outside line because the strap, as you can see, is pulling. So my left leg is being pulled to the right. So I've got to use that left side of the left leg. And my right leg is being pulled to the left. So I have to use the left side, or excuse me, the outside of that right leg. 3. And I'm just continuing that flex and point of my feet. When my legs are long, I'm going to turn them out, but I'm going to try to keep my heels apart. Together is actually easier, but keep them apart and go to the froggy and then press. Whatever you want to do with your feet. You can flex and point, or you can just keep a nice neutral foot. Try to turn out though. The bigger the turnout, the more you're going to feel through the side of the glute. So I've got that turned out position. And if it is too much for you, just remove the cushion. That's a lot to try to stabilize with these cross straps, but then we add the cushion on top, and it's even more. So this is our froggy, but we're going to do jumping frog with this position. So when your legs are bent, hold them bent. Keep that turn out, so you're in that rotation. Straighten your legs to a V, and then pull them back together. So you do froggy, you straighten, and you pull down and together. But I'm not bringing my heels together today. I'm just focusing on keeping those hips in a line, kind of feet about sit bones distance apart. Keep your turnout. 3, 2, 1 more. And then we're going to reverse it. So you will go out to your V, froggy and big turnout, push out tall. So out to your V, bend your legs, you're in a froggy, push out long. Into your V, into your frog, push out. 3, 2, 1 more. Now come to your frog and hold. We're going to go parallel, turn out, parallel, turn out. Rotating from your hips, but you're in that hip distance position the whole time. Sit bones distance apart, knees aren't coming together. Rotating 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. When you're back to parallel, take the straps and bring them off. Now we're going to uncross the straps, put them on the not correct, I shouldn't say correct, but put them on the traditional position. So right strap on the right foot, left strap on the left foot. We're going to take those legs to the ceiling, go down, open wide, and come up and around for your circles. So we're going down, out, up, and around. And down, out, up, and around. Two more in this direction. 1 more. And then reverse and go the other way. Three more. And 2. And 1 more. Good work. Come all the way in and put the straps away. Set your feet on the foot bar. You can lift your hips, remove the cushion, set it to the side. I'm going to take that right leg, cross it over my left for a figure 4 stretch. We did quite a few glute exercises today, and with that stability cushion, even when it was not technically a glute exercise, it was a glute exercise. So we're just going to give that glute a little release. If this is enough stretch for you, stay here. If you feel you want a bigger stretch, you're going to take your hands behind that left hamstring and give it a pull. Just check out that you're not sickling through the ankle, so it's really important to keep that ankle straight and strong. That way we're not losing the stretch at that joint. So keeping your ankle strong and pulling in. And then we'll go ahead and switch. You'll bring your right foot down to the foot bar, cross your left foot over, and this may be enough stretch. You can stay here, or you can grab behind your right hamstring. And then give it just a little pull in. Good. And then go ahead and bring your heels on the bar as wide as you can. Let both of your knees fall to the left, and then bring both of your knees and bring them to the right. Just a few windshield wipers from one side to the other side. And we'll go one more time through. Good. Come to the center, pull your knees into your chest. We're going to roll off to the side. I'll take my top hand, my left hand, and roll to the right. And then if you would like to use the cushion, you can for our lunge stretch. So I'm going to go to one heavy red spring. I'll put my left knee on the cushion and my right foot against the gray surface. So I'm going to push out with my left leg, dropping that hip forward. And then I can push out with my right leg, reaching the right leg long. I'll come in with my right leg and come in with my left leg. So I do that again. My left leg pushes out. If you lift your chest, you'll get a bigger, deeper hip flexor stretch. And then you can start to straighten your right leg for that hamstring stretch. You'll bend your right leg to come in and pull your left knee in. Last time here, let's go left first, and then right, and then right, and left. We'll switch legs. So I'm going to take my right knee on the cushion, my left foot on the gray surface. I'll push back with my right leg first, and then my left leg goes long. Left leg will send you in, and right leg brings you in. So I'm going right first, and then left, left first, and then right. Here's your last one, going right, and left, and left, and right. Good work. You can step all the way off, and you've made it. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, you don't have to have the cushion to do that class. Let me know in the comments if you used the cushion. If you didn't, you might have found another prop that worked for you that might help someone else as well. Thanks for joining me, and I hope to work out with you soon. Have a great day.